These 10 anime prove that great storytelling can move you, challenge you, and stay in your memory forever. Let's begin. Number 10. Mushishi. Mushishi tells its story through silence and reflection instead of action. It follows Ginkgo, a wandering man who studies strange life forms called Mushi, invisible creatures that influence nature and humans. Each episode is its own short tale, quiet and poetic, exploring how humans interact with forces they cannot fully understand. The writing is calm, thoughtful, and filled with melancholy beauty. You travel from village to village, meeting people whose lives are shaped by invisible tragedies. Instead of heroes or villains, Mushishi offers compassion and understanding. It is storytelling at its purest form, like listening to folklore beside a fire. Number 9. Monster. Monster is the definition of mature storytelling. It follows Dr. Tenma, a surgeon whose life collapses after saving a boy who later becomes one of the most dangerous criminals in Europe. The story unfolds like a detective novel, slow and deliberate, revealing moral dilemmas that force you to question every decision. The writing makes you care about even the smallest side characters, weaving their tragedies into the larger plot. Every location feels lived in, every conversation heavy with hidden meaning. As Tenma hunts Johan, you begin to realize the real battle is not physical, it is philosophical. Monster is not loud. It is patient, intelligent, and unforgettable. Number 8. The Tatami Galaxy. The Tatami Galaxy is fast, sharp, and brilliantly structured. It follows a college student who constantly resets his life, trying different paths in search of a perfect future. Each timeline feels chaotic but purposeful, showing how tiny decisions lead to wildly different destinies. The storytelling here is like a puzzle. Characters reappear in new forms, letting you reinterpret their motives again and again. The humor is smart, and the message is powerful. The real answer is never about finding the perfect life. It is about appreciating the one you already have. This is writing that rewards viewers who pay attention. The anime constantly loops back, reminding you that the pattern of choices forms your identity. You watch him waste friendships, love, and opportunities in pursuit of perfection he cannot grasp. When the spiral finally breaks, the realization hits with emotional clarity. The show teaches that time is not the enemy, regret is. You walk away feeling that every mistake, every lost moment is a part of living. Number 7. Death Note. Death Note is a masterclass in tension, character conflict, and psychological warfare. It follows Light Yagami, a gifted student who finds a notebook that kills anyone whose name is written in it. His goal is to reshape the world, but in the process, he creates his own downfall. The story becomes a duel of minds between Light and L, each trying to outthink the other. Every scene matters. Every decision has weight. The narrative is tight, strategic, and painfully human beneath its supernatural rules. Death Note shows how quickly we can justify darkness when we believe we are right. The world reacts to his justice, and the pressure changes Light into something unrecognizable. The investigation becomes a philosophical battlefield where logic clashes with morality. Even the smallest slip carries catastrophic consequences, making every episode feel like a trap tightening. As Light rises, you begin to see how obsession destroys the people around him. The second half reveals the true cost of ambition when every lie becomes impossible to bury. Number 6. Erased. Erased is built around regret, second chances, and the fear of repeating past mistakes. It follows Satoru, who is sent back to his childhood to prevent a tragedy that changed his life forever. The storytelling is emotional and suspenseful, switching between childlike hope and adult paranoia. Every clue feels natural, every bond meaningful, especially the friendships he tries to protect. The tension grows as he realizes how little control he has despite knowing the future. It is a story that believes in innocence, but understands how easily it can be destroyed. Satoru's desperation becomes more intense as he sees the lives of his classmates changing. The show captures how childhood pain echoes through adulthood and never fully disappears. Some of the most powerful scenes come from simple acts of kindness that alter fate. The emotional payoff is strong because the stakes are personal rather than cosmic. Erased succeeds because it tells a thriller through the eyes of someone who truly cares. Moments of safety feel fragile, as if one wrong decision will shatter everything. You witness the slow dread of an unseen predator hiding behind everyday smiles. The narrative reminds you how courage often comes from the smallest gestures of trust. By the end, hope no longer feels naive. It feels earned. Number 5. Made in Abyss. Made in Abyss is beautiful and brutal. It follows Riko and her friend Reg as they descend into the abyss, a massive pit filled with ancient secrets. The story begins innocent, with childlike curiosity, but slowly becomes darker and more horrifying. The abyss is written like a living organism, punishing those who descend too far. Every layer introduces new rules and emotional consequences. You feel a growing dread because the storytelling never lies. Nothing is there to protect them. The emotional weight increases with each descent, forcing the characters to abandon their innocence. The world's cruelty is not random, it is systematic, designed to test their will. The supporting cast adds scars of their own, showing how dreams can become prisons. Some scenes are difficult to watch, but they give the narrative honesty and realism. Made in Abyss is a journey that asks how much a dream is worth when you pay for it in blood. You begin to understand why every explorer who returned was changed forever. Even moments of beauty feel dangerous, like a calm ocean hiding deadly currents. The environment becomes a character, indifferent to hope or fear. Every descent feels like a contract signed with consequences you do not fully understand. By the end, the question is not whether they reach the bottom, but who they will be when they do. Number 4. Steins Gate. Steins Gate is a science fiction masterpiece with careful pacing and powerful payoffs. It follows Okabe, a self-proclaimed mad scientist who accidentally discovers time manipulation. At first, the story feels comedic and playful, but the tone slowly shifts as the consequences of time travel reveal themselves. The narrative is rich in foreshadowing. Small jokes in early episodes become devastating turning points later. Every sacrifice, every mistake, every loss hits harder because the characters feel real. Steins Gate is storytelling built like a spiral. It pulls you in until there is no escape. The bonds among the lab members transform from casual friendships into emotional lifelines. Each timeline bends a different character until one choice becomes impossible to undo. When the world resets, guilt hangs over Okabe like a shadow that never leaves. The story understands that intelligence cannot fix everything, and that courage sometimes means refusing to try again. Its climax is not loud heroism, but stubborn hope against inevitable despair. Number 3. Ping Pong. The animation. Ping Pong tells one of the finest character stories in anime. It is not about the sport, it is about identity and the fear of failure. Smile and Peko are two friends with opposite personalities and equal potential. The writing deconstructs talent, insecurity, pressure, and ambition without exaggeration. Every match is emotional, not competitive. You see how people break under expectations and how some rise when everyone doubts them. Ping Pong captures the human heart better than most dramas. The art style may look rough at first, but it reflects the chaos inside the characters. Each rival is more than an obstacle. They are mirrors of different forms of passion. Victories feel earned because the characters accept themselves, not because they defeat someone. The show ends with quiet fulfillment instead of loud applause, making it even more meaningful. The coaches and mentors show how dreams evolve with age, not just talent. You watch characters confront the versions of themselves they once feared. Moments of loss hit harder than any victory because they reshape purpose rather than pride. The narrative reminds you that greatness is not measured in trophies, but in peace. When the final credits roll, the silence feels warm, like a lifelong lesson finally understood. Number 2. Violet Evergarden. Violet Evergarden is storytelling through emotion instead of action. It follows Violet, a former soldier who becomes a letter writer to understand feelings she never learned in war. Each episode is a standalone tale about a letter, a memory, or a painful past. The writing is gentle and respectful, letting emotions breathe naturally. You watch Violet change slowly, finding humanity through the people she helps. Some episodes feel like a quiet sunset, others feel like a storm. The story never forces sadness, it simply tells the truth. The show uses silence better than most anime use dialogue, letting you feel every unspoken thought. Every client represents a different kind of grief, and Violet learns from each one. Even the smallest conversations feel like therapy sessions disguised as letters. The series reminds you that healing is not a moment. It is a journey made of scars and compassion. You feel the weight of war in every hesitation she has when speaking from the heart. Violet begins to understand that empathy is not weakness, but a bridge between broken people. Letters become more than messages. They are confessions that cannot be spoken out loud. Each destination reveals another fragment of who she should have been if the world had been kinder. Her transformation is not dramatic. It is slow, painful, and sincere. Number 1. Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Legend of the Galactic Heroes is one of the greatest examples of long-form political storytelling. It follows two brilliant leaders on opposite sides of a galaxy-wide war. Reinhard seeks victory through ambition and reform. Yang believes in democracy and reason, even when it fails him. The writing is layered and unforgiving. Battles are won through strategy, speeches, betrayals, and ideology, not simply explosions. Every death matters. Every victory costs something. Legend of the Galactic Heroes is not simply an anime. It is a study of power, humanity, and the cost of changing history. The series treats politics with respect, refusing to simplify heroes or villains. Its realism makes triumphs inspiring and failures devastating. Civilizations rise and fall, not because of magic, but because of flawed human beings. By the end, you understand that the biggest wars are not fought with weapons, but with ideals. The cast is enormous, yet everyone feels vital to the machinery of war and progress. Dialogue becomes as lethal as any fleet, and a single speech can reshape the galaxy. The story forces you to confront uncomfortable truths about leadership and sacrifice. Its emotional weight comes not from who wins battles, but from who loses their humanity. You finish the journey with a deep respect for the characters who dared to dream, even when their dreams destroyed them. That completes the list. If even one of these masterpieces finds a place on your watch list, then this video has done its job. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.